and welcome to RunGB Plane Analysis. Today is the first of the new series. It's going to be revamped, as I told you in the announcement video last week. From now on, the plane reviews will be based on what you guys want to see. So after you have seen this video and after you have seen all the stuff related to this review, you can simply go down in the comment section below and vote for the plane you want to see next. At the end of this video, I will make a summary of which planes you can choose from, and yeah, that's mostly for the intro. There's another thing, as I saw in the announcement video earlier. There's a blog right now. I have set up a blog with technical descriptions and general descriptions, written descriptions of the planes I'm analyzing. So if you want to read that, it's a pretty much thorough, I think, review and analysis of each plane I'm reviewing. Right now there are 3 entries in the blog: Tempest, F4U1C, and the F4F 3, which is the one we are going to review in this video. In due time, I will be adding more plane reviews as I do them, and also will incorporate some of the already done plane reviews and analysis I have already done. The idea is to complement both things, the video with the written review and the written review with the video. So, well, without further ado, remember to check down in the description below the link to the blog entry where I deal with the F4F. Let's take a look at this plane, the F4F 3 Wildcat. It's a level 5 American plane, which costs, hold on a second, I think it's 3,000 to repair historical battles. Yeah, it is. Is this one. And which costs, I wish we could set both as we could before, and which costs less than 1,000 to repair in arcade battle. This is an American fighter, carrier born, of course, can take off from carriers, and it's a step ahead from the Buffalo, and I think it's a good stepping stone and a good midpoint to get you ready for what you are going to receive in the Corsair, because the Buffalo is mostly about turning a lot and boom and zooming not that much, even while I boom and zoom a lot in the Buffalo, but that's besides the point. The Wildcat is one of those planes that is really not good at anything, but is average at everything. So don't expect this plane to be very quick or climb like a rocket or turn like a zero or have the firepower of a bullfighter, because it doesn't. What it does is to add up most of the parts of the... I mean, it's decent at everything. Except maybe assault rating. But it's decent at most things. It's an accomplished turner. This is a pretty good turn fighter. It's nowhere near a zero, for instance, but turns pretty well. And it's a very good boom assumer. I mean, if you look at it, it's not really aerodynamic, but the problem is here is that the hangar view doesn't give you a proper scale of the plane. This is a pretty small plane for fighter standards, especially late war, and it's a pretty heavy plane. This is a 3.5 ton plane, so it's rather small and it's heavy. So, well, guess where I'm going here. It's a very good boom assumer for its level. Of course, it's a level 5. Don't expect it to be a boom assumer in the same scale as a Tempest is or so, as a Corsair is. It's a very good boom assumer for its level. Dives very well, zoom climbs very well, has a reasonably good energy retention and high speed. So yeah, that's it, and also turns pretty well. The thing here is that it's not the best turner, because the zeros are better, the Kia F61s are better. It's not the best boom assumer, because the P4E, in my opinion, is a better boom assumer, but it's a good jack of all trades, because it can do both boom assumer and turn fighting. And while it's not a really good accelerator or climber, it's not bad either. I mean, it's not a good climber, but it's not as bad as the P40 is, for instance. So it's kind of an all-rounder, not good at anything, but average at everything. Well, it's good at boom and zoom. It's not the best at boom and zoom. I mean, it's not the best at anything, but it's average or good at everything. Has 450 cals, which might seem like a downgrade from the P40 6 machine guns, which in a way it is, because of course the P40 has 6 machine guns, not 4. But still, at level 5, 4 machine guns get the job done, and you can get easily 2-3 kills with a standard loadout of these weapons, because they have a lot of ammunition. I don't remember exactly. It's look at that, 1,400 rounds. So that's more than 400 rounds per machine gun. That's a lot. That's a long sustained fire. It's lighter and a little bit more responsible than the F4F4. The F4F4 has 6 machine guns but has less ammo. It's a little bit heavier, and as a result, it turns a little bit worse, accelerates a little bit worse, and is slightly better at boom and zoom. But if you take a look at the research, this is pretty surprising if you don't know it. But look at that. The ammo counts for both planes are almost the same. The F4F4 has 40 more rounds, but has 2 more machine guns. So in the end, with this plane, you get less firepower, but you get longer bursts, and you get more time of bullets on target. I think it's a pretty solid exchange. I mean, to the point that I rarely fly the F4F4, and I fly a lot the F4F3, because I think this weapon setup is better because of the larger ammunition setup. 4 machine guns get the job done, alright, and the long and the big ammunition count really helps. So, well, that's it. Another thing about this plane is that it's slow. It's probably the slowest plane of its level. So, while you can use high speed tactics in this plane, don't expect to win very long chases. Do stay in the vertical, do climbs, zoom climbs, power dives, chain them, but remember that you are not the fastest thing around. So if you are in a long protracted chase, probably you want to stay and fight. This is in the same speed scale that the Zero, but the Zero turns much better. So it's a different shape of plane. I mean, the Zero is more about turning, this is about boom and zooming. It still compares very good with Soviet and German fighters in turn fighting, because if you haven't noticed, look at that wing, it's very big. As a carrier fighter, this plane have to have very good slow speed, controllability, and maneuverability to take off and land on carriers, and as a result it has a pretty low wing loading, so it's a surprisingly good turner, even more so if you use flaps with it. But it's not a turn fighter. I mean, it's, and this is why I say it's a good scaling up tool for the Corsair. This is a plane that is very good at boom and zoom, and it's quite good at turn fighting. But if you start turning, you are going to run out of energy, and when you are out of energy, this plane doesn't accelerate or climb particularly well, so you will be dead in seconds. And the Corsair is pretty much the same. The Corsair is an exceptional boom and zoomer, a decent turn fighter, and I see a lot of people turning with it. The problem is, if you turn, you are going to burn your energy, and without energy, a Corsair is dead. And it's the same with the Wildcat. So this plane teaches you to fly the Corsairs later, really does. And even more so, well, later on you'll get the Hellcat, the F6F, which is an even more extreme version of this. The Hellcat is a plane that really can turn very well, but its strengths are in boom and zoom. Even more so because the plane doesn't accelerate or climb worth a crap. So you better boom and zoom, because if you don't, you will run out of energy, and then good luck regaining it. So, well, given that the blog covers the plane in detail, we are going to call this intro enough for now. And, well, yeah, let's visit for a second the weapons. Offensive, 50 cars. Well, I use universal. Stealth is also an option. Depends if you want tracers or not. I usually use tracers, so well, whatever. But you can use stealth. I see a lot of people saying that the 50 cars work very well with ground target ammunition, but the problem is that the ground target ammunition doesn't have API. Well, it has API, but it has only 1 out of 6, while the universal has almost, I mean, 4 out of 6 are API. And the API round has almost the same punching ability as an AP round, but it also has incendiary components. So if you want to give that up, it's up to you. But personally, I always go with API rounds for the 50 cals. So yeah, that's it for the intro. Let's see the plane in action. And we begin at Korea. Going against the Soviets, which is a pretty common sight lately for the Americans, given how big the numbers in the queues are. I'm already watching a Yak 7 down there. I see that several of those fighters the Soviets have ground ordnance, ground attack ordnance. The only problem in this game, and the real problem with the Wildcat in this kind of games, is that it gets tiered, of course, at tier 5. And there's another level 5 plane currently in the game, which is absolutely broken to devastating levels, which is the Bullfighter, and everyone is flying in one, and those things steal your kills in no time. 450 cals are enough to get kills, and get kills pretty quick, but they are nothing compared with 20mm, so you can't believe the amount of kills I have gotten stolen by those guys with their broken crates. I might be 30 seconds behind the guy, shooting him, getting criticals, and suddenly one of those things comes around, let's lose a sword burst, and it's a game over. So yeah, well, that's one of the problems you are going to find in this plane. It's hard to get kills, but not because the plane struggles, but because there are other planes you get matched with that steal your kills, really. So well, you can see I climbed it. It's very important to climb out in this plane before you start getting into combat. Is basic, because it's not, I mean, it doesn't have a terrible acceleration or climb rate, but it lacks on that. So you want to really get those before you start combat. And then you can see another of the issues with this plane. It rolls slowly, and it gets worse the faster it goes. And also it displays a somewhat lacking rudder authority at high speeds, which is very similar to what happens with the P40, but still, if you account for those, you can get pretty accurate passes. I opened too late in this case. I actually have the calibration for the guns. I have the distance for the guns wrongly set up in this game. They are at 400 meters, and they should be at somewhat like 250, 300. I forgot to change it before starting flying, and well, you can see how wide apart they are flying the balls to each other. Second pass, again, zooming, coming down, not sticking into his 6. There's no need to do that, and you don't want to. You want to keep your energy up at any moment. The Yak 7 crashed, I get no kill, and I don't absolutely understand why. But yeah, well, still, I give myself a kill there. Sorry, but that was my kill. We have an I-15 there, and I'm going to kill it. There's nothing big to see here, just me killing another AI because there are no players left, so let's move on to the next video. In this one we are going against Germans, and well, against German teams you usually have the advantage that you have a superior fighter to the Henkel 112, and this plane really is very good against BF 110s as well. The only problem here and with this plane is that you are going to find a lot of BF 109s, and those are better. Against those you want to dive and zoom all the time, because if you start entering accelerator contours, you're going to lose them. Again, note that I'm climbing before engaging. It's very important that you get altitude before engaging, otherwise you're going to be sold out. This is not one of those planes that can store a lot of energy in the shape of speed because it's a slow plane. So you really want to climb as much as you can before engaging. So, well, we can see a BF-110 down there. I'm not worried about him, simply because of one reason, and that reason is that he's low. And I'm worried just in case we have 109s up there or Henkel 112s coming up. But soon it's going to be clear that it's not going to be the case. And I spot the Dornier 217. And the Dornier 217 is a plane that's pretty tough. It's a twin-engine fighter. And all twin-engine fighters in the game right now are exceedingly tough. Too tough. That's a fighter version as well. That's a J, I think it was. And well, given that we have an A20 around, I want to kill him before he kills our A20. Later I'm going to regret that. You're going to see why. The thing is that even against very tough planes, like the Dornier 217, 450 cars are enough. You just have to ensure hits and be careful against bombers because of the defending gunfire, etc. Now you can see I'm diving below the Dornier 217 because he has the most damaging weapons up high in the dorsal mount. So I want to come below him instead of giving him a good shot to the dorsal cannon. So there you go, some hits. Not a lot. I'm not going to insist. I am really terrified about defensive gunners. They are simply too accurate in War Thunder at the moment. So I just a short burst, I move away, I set up again a bus. And well, in the meantime, looking at that A20 that seems to be doing really well against that two Henkel 112. Little known fact: if the broken fighters are broken, the A20 is also broken. It was called the Havoc. I call it the broken Havoc. Really, Gaijin should dedicate some time to the twin engine planes in this game because they are ridiculous at the moment. But I see the Dornier 217 going down on him, and there I go, trying to follow him. The 217 is a very fast plane, and again, the F4F is not really the fastest one. So in a dive, I'm going to last a little bit before I close up with him, but eventually I will. So he's brake turning. I adjust for the shot. Again, short burst, cross him. Few more hits. I didn't get any message there, but you could see the debris flying. Top out in a lag roll and come down on him again. You can see I'm not sticking to his 6, and that's partly because this is a bomber and I don't want to stick in the 6 of a bomber, but also it's because that's the way you want to fly this plane. There you go, critical. His gunner is dead. So knowing that, it's simple for me. I only have to drop down, close down on him, pick my aim, shoot the engines, set him on fire, and just leave him to roast. And well, you can see that guy is dead. That guy is dying. That guy is going to die in no time because he's burning. He's just dying little by little. I'm already looking around just in case I have something I want to go for. Looking at the bomber just in case the fire goes out. So I have to move in for the kill. But yeah, those are 4 criticals and I get an assist. Why? Because the A20G came in and killed him as he was burning to death. What? And that's why I told you I really regretted helping that guy. I should have left him to die, and as the little kid thug he was. Really hate those guys. They are simply worthless. So we have a lower BF-110. He's much slower, as all BF-110s that start maneuvering. So again, same thing, boom and zoom. Up I go, down I go, come behind him. Powerful, very powerful burst. And I actually killed both engines. Probably, I'm guessing that probably I caused a fuel leak or something like that, because this guy is going to lose his his gunners in no time. You're going to see his gunners, his engines in no time. You're going to see that. So I'm sighting again. Then I spot that the engines are stopping. So I just come in. Well, I shot him and move away because there's no reason to keep on killing him. And there he was, the A-20 again, trying to steal my kill. What a nice guy. And the rest of the game is just killing AIs. So let's move on to the next one. And the final one is over Midway. It's against the Japanese. We have a collection of A6Ms, Ki 43s, even a Ki 61, I think there was, Mabis, etc. And this is pretty much what you want to do versus Japanese. Boom and zoom. It's a pretty ideal scenario here because they are all low and turning like mad. But this is a pretty common scenario as well. I mean, Japanese at low levels usually go down, start turning and never stop. So I simply do a blasting pass. I don't stick around, I don't try to get more hits. I just simply do come down, go some guns placing, get the hits I can and zoom away. Top out the move, set another pass, pick my target, adjust for him and just come down, guns placing. And this is something I'm starting to see a lot lately and I don't really understand why. You saw I torched at 0. Well, he's no longer burning. Really, Zeros should burn to death, and they don't. I don't know why, but well, whatever. So, again, topping the move, boom and zoom. None of those guys is anywhere close to be a threat to me, given where I am and my state of energy. And come down, guns placing again. Select my target. Hit him a lot of times. Just a critical. Move up. That's really weird. Usually 50 calls do a short burst of work of Zeros, but that guy really took a lot of hits to die. So there I go again, and you can see I have excess speed, excess energy to do whatever I want, but I don't stick on that 0.6. I keep on boom and zooming. Is slashing attacks, high speed attacks, and just keep on going. And again, another critical, and finally the guy dies. To hit him time. So next in line, there's another A6M, which is there. It's the seaplane version. I don't want to go for the Mavis. There's no reason for that. He has a 20mm, and 50 cals really take a long time to kill a Mavis. So I go down, get some hits on that guy, and now do a low yo-yo, come behind him, stick on his 6 already because he's focusing on that other guy, get hits, he's avoiding, get more hits. And this is actually something that pisses me off. You are going to see me hitting a lot. Well, not here, but you are going to see that a lot of my suits really hit that guy, and I get no messages. There I got a hit, there I got hit, you can see the debris flying, and nothing. Really weird. I'm guessing that hit detection trolled me there, I don't know. But, well, I go past him, lag roll, go down on him again, select my gun pass, and this time I want to make sure I'm going to hit because I have very few rounds left. But those are enough to ensure the hit. And that's it. That's it for this video. It actually dragged a little bit longer because that Mavis was landed there and took a time for the people to kill him. I was out of ammo, so I had no options. The Ki-43 exits battle, so that was the battle. So let's move on to the conclusions. And that was it. That's the F4F. As you can see, it's quite an impressive plane. I mean, gets the things done, but it does them without a style or flair, if you want. It's not a shiny plane. It's not for exhibition. You are not going to do a lot of very, shiny flying in it because it's average in most of its regards. It's just an average accelerator and climber. It's got not that good roll. It's great in boom and zoom, but it's not the best. I mean, it lacks the character that other planes as the Spitfire, the Zero, or the BF-109 can have. But still gets the job done, and very effectively. It's quite a lot as the historical one. The historical one is a plane that very few people admire or love or like. It doesn't have the legion of followers that the Spitfire has, or the 109, or the 190, or the Corsair, or the P-51. Because the plane simply was unimpressive, but still was effective, and still got the job done. This is the perfect instance of a workhorse. It's a plane that does its job without a lot of signing things around. I mean, it does it, it's effective, gets the job done, gets the job well done, it's effective at what it does, but still it won't leave a mark on you like, oh, I love this plane. It's very effective, but it's not a plane you will end up loving because it has no character to be a loved plane. It's a tool, it's a war machine that gets the job done, but without a lot of style. Still, it's a pretty effective fighter. Don't take me wrong. I mean, I like this plane and I fly it a lot, but I mean, it lacks the character that other planes as the P-47 or the Corsair or the Corsair. Everyone sees that gull wing, that inverted gull wing, and everyone goes nuts. It's like, oh, I love this plane. And you look at this and it's like, meh. But still, it's effective and gets the job done and gets the job done very well. So yeah, that's it for this analysis. Now remember, new series, new rules. There's going to be one plane analysis per week, every Tuesday, and you pick the plane you want to see. Which are the rules to pick a plane? I am level 15 in Americans, level 15 in British, level 20 in Germans, level 12 in Soviet, level 12 in Japanese. You can choose whatever plane you want, as long as it's not broken. So, if someone wants me to review the Spitfire Mach 9, until it gets bumped to level 14, I'm not. If someone wants the Bullfighter to be covered, yeah, well, wait until it has a proper flight model. But for most of the planes, the flight models are more or less correct, so you can choose them. Premium planes, well, you can ask me to fly one, but the problem is that I don't have all of them. I'm going to go through my screen so you can see which ones do I have, and that way you will be able to vote for them if you want. But still, I'd rather do plane analysis of regular planes in the tech trees. But whatever, if you want to see a gift plane or a premium plane, you can vote for this. If it's the most upvoted, it will be covered. One last thing, and one thing that's pretty important here. Remember that the most upvoted one will get a review next Thursday. So don't spam the votes, because it's much easier to count upvotes than to count single posts. So if you want to see a single plane or you want to see a given plane, just upvote the option that is there, more than putting yet another post saying this plane, because really, please make my life a little bit easier. So yeah, that's it. Remember to check the blog for this F4F plane analysis. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and see you later. Every city, there's a place where life's a little easy. A stress from the world outside. Every longer will be alright.